Isiah Thomas lifestyle and biography. Isiah Lord Thomas III, born on April 30, 1961 in Chicago, Illinois, is an American former professional basketball player and coach who recently worked as an analyst for the NBA TV. Also known as Zeke, Thomas is regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. He is a 12-time NBA All-Star and was named to the NBA's 50th and 75th anniversary teams. In the NBA, Thomas spent all of his professional career playing for the Detroit Pistons. From 2000 to 2012, he coached the Indiana Pacers, New York Knicks, and FIU. Thomas played college basketball for the Indiana Hoosiers, leading them to the 1981 NCAA championship as a sophomore and declaring for the NBA draft. He was taken as the second overall pick by the Pistons in the 1981 NBA draft and played for them his entire career, while leading the Bad Boys to the 1988-89 and 1989-90 NBA championships. He later served as men's basketball coach for the Florida International University, FIU, Golden Panthers for 3 seasons from 2009 to 2012. Standing at 6 feet 1 inch and with a robust weight of 180 pounds, Thomas was selected to the 1980 Olympic U.S. basketball team. But like all American athletes, he was not able to play in Moscow due to the Olympics boycott. The boycotting countries instead participated in the Gold Medal Series, a series of games against NBA teams. About Isiah Thomas' net worth and house. Thomas has an estimated net worth of $100 million. He earns these impressive amounts from his NBA career, his anonymous business deals, and also from his endorsements. Thomas owns one of the 1999 classics, a ginormous Georgian-style estate that sits on an acre of land. The condo is 11,000 square feet and comes with best-fitted bedrooms, a pool, a basketball court, and has exciting sceneries. Thomas has a rich taste of cars and owns beautiful, luxurious cars, making him invest in most expensive car brands including a Chrysler, Fiat, Dodge, and a Maserati. About Isiah Thomas' early life. Isiah Thomas was born on April 30, 1961 in Chicago, Illinois, to Isiah Thomas II and Mary Thomas. Isiah Thomas II left the family when Isiah was a young child. Isiah's father was an Army veteran wounded in the Battle of Saipan. At his younger years, Isiah played for St. Joseph High School in Westchester under head coach Gene Pingatore and was considered as one of the top prospects in the days. About Isiah Thomas' personal life. Thomas married his wife Lynn Kendall in 1985, and they have 2 kids, a son, Joshua, who was born in 1988, and a daughter, Lauren, born in 1991. 2 months before Thomas's marriage to Lynn Kendall in 1985, Jenny Dones, a woman from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, filed a paternity lawsuit against Thomas. Dones alleged that she had become pregnant following a 3 or 4 month intimate, exclusive, ongoing relationship with Thomas. After a long-running legal dispute, Thomas agreed to pay a settlement as well as monthly payments. On October 24, 2008, Thomas was taken to White Plains Hospital Center near his New York City area home after accidentally taking an overdose of Lunesta, a form of sleep medication. Thomas was one of the founding members of the advisory board for Marquis Jet Partners and a partner of Dale and Thomas Popcorn. Thomas is the founding chairman and CEO of Isiah International LLC, a holding company with a diverse portfolio of business ventures and investments. Thomas has served as CEO and executive chairman of the board of directors of One World Products, a cannabis company based in the U.S. with cultivation and processing facilities in Colombia. On February 13, 2017, Thomas was presented the AT&T Humanity of Connection Award at the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. He was honored for his historic achievements in sports and his contributions to the African American community. About Isiah Thomas's professional career. Thomas entered the NBA draft in 1981 and was chosen by the Detroit Pistons with the 2nd overall pick. Thomas debuted for the Eastern Conference in the 1982 NBA All-Star Game and made the All-Rookie team. In the opening round of the 1984 NBA playoffs, Thomas and the Pistons faced off against Bernard King and the New York Knicks. In the pivotal 5th game, Thomas scored 16 points in 94 seconds to force the game into overtime, but then fouled out, and the Knicks held on to win. Thomas and his team went to the conference semifinals against the 15-time NBA champion Boston Celtics led by future Hall of Famers Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, and Dennis Johnson. Detroit would not shake the Celtics in their six-game series, eventually losing. In the 1987 NBA playoffs, Thomas and the Pistons went to the Eastern Conference Finals and faced the Celtics again. It was the furthest the team had advanced since moving from Fort Wayne. Detroit tied the Celtics at 2 games apiece, but its hope of winning Game 5 at Boston Garden was dashed by Larry Bird with just seconds remaining. Thomas attempted to quickly inbound the ball. Bird stole the pass and hit Dennis Johnson for the game-winning layup. Detroit played a brash and dominating brand of basketball through the playoffs that led to their nickname, Bad Boys. First, they defeated Boston, which had been suffering persistent injuries. After being down 2-1 against Michael Jordan and the up-and-coming Chicago Bulls in the conference finals, the Pistons utilized the Jordan rules to limit Jordan's impact, which allowed them to defeat the Bulls in 6 games and advance to the finals yet again, setting up an NBA Finals rematch with the Lakers. This time the Pistons dominated, sweeping the Lakers in 4 games to win their first of back-to-back championships. In the 1989-90 season, Thomas and the Pistons had another dominant run. They finished the regular season as the #1 seed for the second straight year. After sweeping the Pacers and defeating the Knicks in 5 games, Thomas and the Pistons faced a tough 7-game series against the Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Pistons prevailed and advanced to their 3rd straight finals. The Pistons repeated as champions by defeating Clyde Drexler's Portland Trail Blazers. Thomas was voted NBA Finals Most Valuable Player of the 1990 NBA Finals after averaging 27.6 points, 7.0 assists, and 5.2 rebounds per game. In the 1985 NBA All-Star Game, Thomas was joined on the Eastern Conference squad by star rookie Michael Jordan. Jordan wound up attempting 9 shots, relatively few for a starting player. Afterward, many veteran East players were accused of having planned to freeze out Jordan from their offense. During Jordan's Hall of Fame induction, in which Thomas introduced John Stockton, who was also being inducted, Jordan dismissed the claims about a freeze-out having taken place, saying, "I was just happy to be there, being the young guy surrounded by all these greats. I just wanted to prove myself, and I hope that I did prove myself to you guys." In 1992, Thomas was passed over for the Dream Team apparently because of his strained relationship with Jordan. In September 2009, during Jordan's Hall of Fame acceptance speech, Jordan thanked Thomas and others for giving him the motivation he needed to compete in the NBA. About Isiah Thomas' post-playing career. After his playing career ended, Thomas became part owner and executive vice president of the expansion Toronto Raptors in 1994. After leaving the Raptors, Thomas became a television commentator for the NBA on NBC. Thomas was hired as head coach of the Indiana Pacers on July 20, 2000. He succeeded Larry Bird, who previously coached the Pacers to the Eastern Conference title. Thomas was fired by Bird on August 27, 2003. On December 22, 2003, the New York Knicks hired Thomas as president of basketball operations. Thomas was ultimately unsuccessful with the Knicks roster and fan base. At the end of the 2005-06 season, the Knicks had the highest payroll in the league and the second worst record. He traded away several future draft picks to Chicago in a deal for Eddie Curry, including what turned out to be 2 lottery picks in talent-rich drafts. On April 14, 2009, Thomas accepted an offer to become the head basketball coach of FIU. On December 19, 2012, NBA TV announced that Thomas would begin work on December 21, 2012, as a member of the studio analyst panel. It was also announced that Thomas would become a regular contributor for NBA.com. That's all about Isiah Thomas for now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with friends, and leave us a like.